Watch how they react to their car starting to rust. Most men go nuts. Most women go shopping, but not for a new car. Women don't get so upset about rust. With men, it's personal. It's the automotive equivalent of gray hair. It's a killer to realize that your car is middle-aged. And it gets worse when body parts start falling off or fluid starts leaking. It's not smart or correct, but it's one of the things that makes us what we are. On today's show, Glenn's going to show us a little more of how to run a business without working. Dougie and I talk about what to do when your dog leaves a bit of himself on the carpet. Bill and I are going to take turns being quarterback, and I'm going to show you how to make a self-washing car.
And now here's the reason the great outdoors is still a dangerous place. My uncle, Brad Green!
Thank you. And here's the reason the indoors is a dangerous place. My nephew Harold. Well, big challenge up the lodge this week. Moose Thompson took his truck in to be repainted. Now, usually we just paint the vehicles ourselves, but apparently the last time we did it, we didn't clean up too well, and all of the paint rollers were stuck in the trays still.
Uncle Red, nothing personal, you know, but painting vehicles is a professional trade. And you guys leave fingerprints all over the place. You paint the windows, you paint the mirrors. You just can't do it right.
Well, Harold, do right. A professional paint job costs $500. We can do it for $30. That means we can paint our vehicles every season and still come out ahead.
How do you paint a vehicle for $30? The paint costs more than that.
Well, the $30 is for the beer. We steal the paint.
Oh, I knew there was a reason all the vehicles around here are the same color as the fire hawk.
Anyway, when Moose went to see the professionals, they found a lot of rust in his truck. The guy with the grinder, when he started working out there, he fell in through the front wheel well and come out through the tailgate.
Because of all the salt they put on the highways up here in the winter.
Yeah, and if table salt can do that to a truck, can you imagine what it does to your body, a human body, or even that body?
That's sodium chloride. Highway crews use calcium chloride, which is anhydrous, and creates a liquid base that actually has a freezing point less than that of water.
Well, Harold, we don't care what's causing the problem. We just want a solution.
Oh, well, that would be an aqueous solution.
Is there a retroactive abortion available anywhere? Anyway, the bunch of us are going to put our heads together and figure out some way we can rust-proof all our vehicles for under $50.
Well, I think I'll just stay out of the way.
That ought to give us a good start.
It's not often you'll find this kind of show at these kind of prices. And there's a reason for that.
There's no excuse, but here comes Moose, and he hasn't got his shirt on. Like a Kodiak with his hairy back and a week and a half of dirt on. Oh, there's a big roll of fat, holds his smokes and that. It's sure not a sight to please. I'm also told that one of his rolls holds his wallet and his snowmobile keys. Oh, there's all his tattoos out there to view. Some of them are really groovy. And it's really neat when he walks down the street. It's like being at a drive-in movie. Well, she warned you about that dog, but you told her time and time again, honey, relax. The dog is housebroken. And now there's a soft, steaming treat lying on her favorite antique rug that would tend to contradict that statement.
Man, it's funny, you know. Them dogs always find the most expensive bit of flooring to do their business on. I think it's like birds flying south. It's pure instinct.
All right, the first step, you got to take the modus operandi of the dog, get that outside, open up all the windows, and if you can, salvage the rug.
Absolutely. Now, if you can't salvage the rug, rearrange the furniture a little bit and try and cover that tragedy up.
And don't skimp on the air freshener.
Absolutely not. Now, if, however, she knows what's going on, well, just tell her, honey, the dog is out in the truck. I could not forgive Fido for doing that unforgivable thing on your favorite carpet. So I have no alternative but to drive him down myself and have him put to sleep.
Now, this is a tactic that can only be used by a professional. All right? We call this puppy poker. All right? Of course, you're bluffing, but you got to play the hand. And if you really want to up the ante, tell the kids.
Now, this might seem like emotional blackmail, but we are talking about a dog here. Man's best friend. The stakes are as high as you can get.
Hopefully, she'll fold, she'll throw her arms around Fido, pull him off a death row.
But if she calls your bluff, you stand a chance to lose your self-respect and your favorite frisbee fetcher.
Well, this is where Plan B kicks in. You zip into town, buy her a dog. One of them soft, cuddly ones look like a moth. You know the ones.
And like a cat and a dog too?
Those are the guys.
Yeah. Let her experience the joy of owning her own pet. The unbridled companionship, the undeniable affection.
Yeah, and hopefully when there's another mess in the house, there's a 50% chance her dog done it. Well, with everybody painting their car up at the lodge this week, I thought I'd take Handyman Corner and show you how you can prevent your car from aging, weathering, rusting, and generally looking filthy all the time by showing you how to build a self-contained, automatic power washer that'll keep your car continuously clean. All right, now the first thing you're going to need to make this unit are some sprinklers. I would recommend you use sprinklers. And you know, you can get sprinklers pretty cheap from your neighbor's lawn while they're in bed. Now what you want to do is to mount these various sprinklers right onto the vehicle. You can use rivets for that, or you can weld them on there. Or if you work for the government, you probably have time to sit and magnetize them. But I'm going to use the handyman's secret weapon, duct tape. Now you're going to need a source of water, one that moves along with the car, because this is a mobile wash, isn't it? And you know, we have a source just like that right here. The water pump and radiator. Now, if we could just think of a way to tap into them. There we go. All right. Let's give our mobile car wash a try. All right, see, okay. See what it is? We don't have an unlimited supply of water here. You didn't think of that, did you? You know? So what we have to do is we have to, of course, recycle the water in the system by recycling it. And here's what you have to do to solve that one. You got to measure the exact perimeter of the whole car, and then you get exactly that same length in eavesdropping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32. Perfect. Real glad I didn't use rivets for bolts when I put this up last year. Now we'll get this down and we'll hook this all up to the car, right around the whole outside of her, using rivets or bolts, or, that's right, nothing lasts forever except an Italian wedding. Now, this might take me a while to get her all down and hooked up, so why don't we get back to the show and I'll come and find you when I got her all done. Stay tuned, I got some advice for you middle-aged guys about playing cards, and then Bill's gonna go long. Probably too long. I want to talk to you middle-aged guys about something that's going to happen to you. Now, you may try denial for a while, you know, buying a toupee or a two-sided tape or a two-seater car. But no matter what you do, sooner or later, it's going to happen. And when it does, you'll know you're over the hill. Now, it may happen next week or next month, but eventually, that's right, someone's going to invite you over to play bridge. I know, don't be alarmed. Playing bridge is a natural part of the aging process. Your parents had to deal with it, and now that you're old, you have to face it. Don't fight it. Just go with it. Bridge is not that bad of a game. There's no loud music, and you don't have any kids whining at you for their allowance or the car keys. Plus, you're playing with people your own age, so they'll be just as bored as you are. And you don't want to be alone at our age. Bridge is a lot better than solitaire. Remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Well, the rustproofing scheme is more or less moving forward. You know, we always turn to nature when we're looking for inspiration, and old man Sedgwick pointed out that beehives don't rust, so we've all covered our vehicles with honey.
Excuse me, Uncle Red. There's no metal in beehives. That's why they don't rust.
Well, where were you, Harold? That could have made a difference.
Uncle Red, are you telling me the possum band is covered in honey now?
No, it's covered in flies now.
Oh, well, that should make for an interesting look. Usually they're just all over the grill. Yeah. Well, consider this. You're no longer just leader of the Possum Lodge. You're Lord of the Flies.
Yeah? Well, Harold, you're Lord of the Flaws. Give me a hand here, will you?
Okay. So how are you going to get all the honey off the van?
Well, I thought I'd just drive it out into the woods and let the bears lick it off. But then Moose Thompson offered to do it for me.
The driving or the licking?
Well, he didn't ask for the keys. And I got our whole mobile car wash unit all hooked up here. It looks pretty good. I think got the eavesdrop running right around the whole outside of the car, which collects all the water, and then I got this pipe here to suck her up and take her back into the water pump. So she is now 100% self-contained. And here's another little rig. I had it all on my own. This hose running up over the top here, got some holes cut in there, because I'm saying to myself, heck, if you're washing your car anyway, why not give her a hot wax? Got the hot exhaust coming out of the pipe here into the jar of car wax, and then she sucks up this pipe, goes up over the car, comes up little holes in a fine mist all over the car, protecting the finish. Let's give her a try. Hot wax on. Remember, the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Here's this week's boating tip with Glenn Braxton.
Thank you, Red. First of all, I'd like to say hi to everybody down at the cardiac care unit. It's been 17 days and no problem.
Wow, you had a heart attack 17 days ago?
Oh, no, Red, no. 17 days ago, I ate a dozen burritos and I had chest pains for a couple weeks, and boom, they were gone. Like, kind of a historical moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, that brings me to today's boating tip, which is, in fact, some boating history, Red.
Uh-huh.
Inside the bucket.
Water? Well, Possum Lake water, which comes close.
And?
Oh, yeah, there's a golf ball in there.
Yeah. See, down at the Possum Ski and Country Club, they have water traps, and the water traps are full of perfectly preserved golf balls.
Oh, no, there's a great boating tip. Thank you, Glenn.
The water protects them from the elements. The water preserves the golf balls, keeps it perfect under the water. That's what the sailors used to do in Hudson Bay in the winter.
Went golfing?
No, they'd sink their boats, and then they'd refloat them in the spring, and when they came up, they were in better shape than they were if they'd been exposed to the elements all winter.
Oh, so you're saying we should all sink our boats to stop them from getting wrecked?
No, Red. If your boat gets wrecked, right, and it sinks,
yeah,
chances are you're going to find a better one in better shape, free, at the bottom of the lake.
Right. Oh, now that is an excellent boating tip. Thank you, Glenn Braxton. You know, maybe we should do that with our vehicles. Drop them to the bottom of the lake and stop them from rusting, huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Just don't put them near the marina.
No, people wouldn't be able to tell them from your boat.